Shalom. Giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Hakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and safety and much blessings to the Yakim that's pushing the truth out the four corners of the earth and all truth, the sincerity, and the diligence. Shalom. All right, I just want to get into this topic, man. You know, I was watching the Elder Yashawamba, right? And Elder Malcolm, they did a video, on this specific clip right here. Salaki. Salaki. Well, this clip right here goes into how, the nations, right, are understanding that, the self-proclaimed white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, and he ain't who he say he is, right? And he's being exposed, by these nations. See, this is a meeting with the ICJ, which I believe stands for the International Courts of Justice, right? And, they settle matters between countries, right? So these people, I'm going to play this clip, they're going into, they're really exposing this devil, like saying that his placement in the land of Israel, is illegal, right? Which brings me to, this is Isaiah 25:7. It says, and he will destroy, right? He will destroy in this mountain, the Lord, right? He will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people and the veil that is spread over all nations. Let's see what this is in the NLT. Verse 7. And he will remove the cloud of gloom and the shadow of death that hangs over the earth. Because Esau, Edom, he is the shadow of death that hangs over the earth, man. But, he's from the beginning, even beginning with the serpent, he's brought confusion, rebellion, lies, and deceit, man. All right? That same wicked spirit that was in the serpent, which the serpent wasn't an actual snake, right? It was just a description, right, of the characteristics of that man. But that wicked spirit from the serpent trickled on down to Cain and then to Esau, Edom, right? But you see, here in these times, this devil, was set to be exposed. And this is taking place, that the covering cast over all people and the veil that was spread over all nations is being removed. So, the world is understanding that this is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. Not according to, they understanding that he's the cancer, but us as being in the spirit of the Lord, we understand that this is the devil that the Bible speaks of, right? So I'm going to play this clip, and Lord willing, this is edifying.
And then take it up from there.
This is a watershed moment for Palestine, for justice and for international law. Israel's occupation has been declared unlawful by the World Court, which has stipulated that it must be terminated completely and as rapidly as possible. The court also found that illegal Israeli occupation violates the UN Charter, human rights, and international humanitarian law. The court further unequivocally...
So you see, it says the courts, right? The courts have come to the conclusion that, their occupation, their dwelling in that land as settlers is illegal, right? Now, for all these years, they didn't have this kind of heat. Now they got this heat, man, being exposed. So, something has to happen. Something big is going to happen, man. Right? Because they not finna just give up the throne like that. They not finna just, all right, y'all right, y'all right. So let us just pack up our shit and let's just, we gonna slab out. We gonna, take our talents down to South Beach. Nah, not finna just give that up, man.
Declared that all Israeli settlements in the occupied Palestinian territory are illegal and must be dismantled, and that all Israeli settlers must be evacuated.
So they're basically saying that, hey, man, we know that, y'all not supposed to be here, right? Even though they looking at it from this perspective of, okay, this is, they saying that the Palestinians are supposed to be in there, even though that's not really their land either, man. It's not their land either at all, you Ishmaelites, and you got Elam in there too. Like it's not their land either. They like the woman at the well, claiming a land that's not theirs. You know, but this is the truth, man. Truth that sprung up, right? And this devil is being exposed. Let me get that. Second Esdras, I want to say it's 6. This is Second Esdras. Or maybe it's a 7. Second Esdras 7 and 40. Nope. Yep. This is Second Esdras 7 and 44. Intemperance is at an end. Infidelity is cut off. Right. Righteousness is grown and truth is sprung up, man. Okay. Truth has been sprung up, man. All right. The exposing of Esau, Edom, is out there. All right. We understand that, you try to, hide your identity. Man, we know your biblical nationality now, man. We know that you're not supposed to be in that land, man. Okay? Established by a Balfour Declaration. Yahweh Hashem Yahshua placed you in that land, although ultimately he allowed you to be in that land to fulfill prophecy, because the bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, right? You Ezekiel, the 36th chapter, I believe, or the 35th chapter, speaks about you dwelling in our land, man. But that's okay, all right, because you're going to be taken out of that land. You're going to be rooted up out of that land. And it's being exposed that you are not the true people. Check this out.
The court declared that Israeli illegal occupation not only violates but eviscerates the Palestinian people's right to self-determination in their own land, including the right to their own state. This ruling couldn't be more timely or sorely needed. The Palestinian people have endured unbearable suffering and injustice for decades. This ruling is a vindication of their steadfastness and perseverance. This right must no longer be denied or deferred. The court made clear that...
So they're basically saying you need to get the hell out of here with haste, right? We know you're not the real people, all right? You don't deserve to be in this land, so we need to get you. We need to go ahead and get you the first ticket out this joint, man.
The Palestinian people are the only sovereign in the occupied Palestinian territory, including East Jerusalem, and that the international community is under an obligation not just to reaffirm the Palestinian people's right to self-determination, but to see to it that this right is implemented immediately. All states and the UN are now under obligation not to recognize the legality of Israel's presence in the occupied Palestinian territory.
We have failed you.
And you see this devil, man, he just basically, that was just exposing the shit out of him, man. You can look this up, all right? The ICJ, International Courts of Justice, they making it known that, hey, man, your habitation, like in the land of Israel, is illegal, man. I just got this vision in my head, like, I see it in my head all the time, that this devil is just being thrown and cast out, man, okay? The accuser of our brethren, man, is being cast out and thrown down, but first being made a fool of, first being exposed by the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshua. Because if it wasn't of the spirit and power of the Lord, man, we wouldn't understand the beast, right? We wouldn't understand seizure boards here, right? We wouldn't understand the actual Paleo Hebrew, man. So this is all through the spirit, man, that we can, because you got to go to the Paleo Hebrew to define, Esau's name, man, right? Because, the blue letter go off sometimes. So, to expose this devil, you gotta go into the Hebrew, man. You gotta look up the words, And with looking up words and doing studying, you understand that, hey, Esau is being made bare, man. He can't keep up these lies because a lie need maintenance. The truth don't, man. Okay? So Esau is being made bare, man. Let's go get that in Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places. He shall not be able to hide himself. See, he can't hide himself anymore. Right? So that's why something major gotta happen, man. He gotta take the attention off himself, you know? But in him doing that, man, he's gonna expose himself even more. His seed is spoiled in his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not, you know? He's walking around him calling himself, the Israelites, man, when he know he's not, man, deflecting, trying to still fool people, man, right? But bringing all this type of war. The scripture says that when the true Jews, the true Israelites are in their land, the nation of Israel is in their land, it shall be no more war again, man. Right? And when the true Israelites are in their land, which is us, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we're gonna be officially under the new covenant, man. It ain't gonna be no war. Okay, we cannot be under the new covenant and World War III it hasn't happened yet, man. That's crazy talk, man. Okay, look, this is Luke. Right, this is Luke chapter 12, verse 3. Therefore, whatsoever have been spoken in the dark shall be heard in the light. And that which ye have spoken in the ears of the closet shall be proclaimed on the housetop. So everything that this devil has done in the dark is being exposed, man. The Lord is shedding light on it, beginning with, the elders and apostles, on down, man, and the brethren that's laboring in this truth, right? The Lord also has got these whistleblowers set up, but the true wisdom and knowledge is coming from the prophets, man. All right. What this devil has done in secret is being exposed through the light, man. And who is the light? Right? Beginning with Yahweh Shah, And Yahweh Shah has given his understanding and spirit, down to his men. You see? So that's how we know that you so-called white people that's claiming to be, the true children of Israel are the synagogues of Satan, man. Right? This is Revelations chapter 2, verse 9. It says, I know thy works and tribulations and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogues of Satan. Now, this was talking about Israelites, but, modern day, now time, who is claiming to be the Jews and are not? You Amalekites, man. You Edomites, man. The scriptures call you the synagogues of Satan, man. You have to take these scriptures and apply them to modern day, man. All right? And ultimately, the spirit has to be dwelling with you. Okay? So you being exposed, Esau, Edom, right? You cannot hide yourself anymore. All right. And this is how you know this is the end of your society, because you've had the masses of people fooled all these years. All right. Look, this is Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit down. Right. I'm getting excited. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter Babylon. O virgin daughter Babylon. So there's another Babylon, right? Which is America. Sit on the ground, right? Say sit in the dust, because this place is full of confusion, right? That dust represents confusion, right? There is no throne, O daughter of Chaldeans, for thou art no more to be called tender and delicate. So you so-called white, like Babylon, that's going into Babylon, right? Because Babylon is being cast down right now, man. This place is being exposed that it calls itself the land of the free, but really and truly it's not. Nothing about this place is free, man. Right? Nothing about this place is beautiful, man. When you really look up when the veil is really taken off your eyes and you can see this place for what it is, this is the worst place on the planet Earth, man. Right? The cancer of the earth. All right. But you so-called white people, you're the face of Babylon, man. You're the face of Babylon the Great. Okay, so you're not being called tender and delicate no more. You used to look like, speaking on you so-called white people, you used to be the pinnacle of what people wanted to be, what they wanted to be like, how life should be, right? The way y'all live life used to be what people wanted to be, right? But now it's like, man, these people are savages, right? These people really are, they're not really family. So-called white people get drunk and want to fight each other, right? They kill each other. They destroy each other, right? These people are the true savages. Verse 2, take the millstone and grind, so I could take the millstones and grind meal, right? Uncover the locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the river. So this devil is being exposed, man, right? All the way down to the smallest grain, man, this devil is being exposed, man, right? He's being made bare, Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. So thy nakedness is being uncovered, man. Thy shame shall be seen. How you really, did the nation of Israel. How you really stole lands and, and claim to be people that you're not, right? How you really, got your throne, man, by lies, deception, and deceit, And you're being exposed, man, by the men that were at once confederate with you, in confederacy with you, So the gig is up. The gig is up. So the fact, and I'm going to tell you what type of devil this is. I'm going to tell you how this devil roll. The gig is up and he know it's up. So what he going to do is burn the house down with everybody in it. All right? But the elect shall be beamed up in the secret chambers of the Lord, man. Okay? But that's how this devil is. He got the nigga woman spirit, man. And that's where the nigga woman get her type of spirit from, right? This devil is shit. If I can't have the throne, nobody gonna have the throne. So what he gonna do is try to burn the house down with everybody in it, man. Because he's being exposed. The heavens is exposing this devil, man. You see? So this video sheds a lot of light, a lot of light, man. This devil was placed in that land, 1948, man. That's why they call them the 1948ers. You small hats, man. By a Balfour Declaration that it give them sovereignty in that land, man. And here it is. You've been riding that wave this whole time, man. But that's how you know this is the end, because you're being exposed, man, on a great scale through the internet, which travels fast, man. So, Lord willing, you are edified. Shalom.